is Console Wars the card game. Featuring more famous video games than you can shake a stick at, Console Wars finally allows you to win a war you've been fighting and probably losing on the internet your entire life. Quit being a keyboard warrior with the warm embrace of anonymity to protect you. Now you and your friends can fight on the front lines, battling for incredible franchises, exclusivity, and eventual victory. Collect some of the most famous video game franchises of all time. Protect them with loyal and frighteningly dedicated fans. Brave the volatile video game industry and claim the ultimate victory in the Console Wars. Your favorite video game making mega corporation needs you. Enlist today. Head to consolewarsgame.com. Pick up a copy of Console Wars the card game, outshine your rivals, and prove that your platform reigns supreme. Out now. This is Xbox Era. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/Xbox Era. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/Xbox Era, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month. Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Headlines, Xbox Era's twice weekly show that covers all of the latest and greatest from the video game industry. We talk about everything here, so whatever console camp or system camp or subscription camp you're in, you're welcome. It's going to be a fun time. Today's date is December 2nd. We're in the last month of the year, baby. I'm your host, John, and joining me as always is reviews editor Jesse Norris. Hello.
Ho, ho, ho. How's it going, John? You ready for all the Christmas music?
Just no, I hate it. I hate everything. Bar fucking humbug, all right?
I was thinking I'm going to try and message Mariah Carey, and then the only song we play is hers.
Wow.
See if she'll let us, DMCA free us.
Because we're in whammed territory now. Yeah, you don't want to get wham again.
I can't call George Michael and ask him. I'm sorry.
No, he's quite dead. But I don't want to hear any Christmas music. Okay. All right. Like
you're really tempting me to go start playing.
Don't do it. No, we've got some nice piano, and we're not here for music anyway, because we're here to not only talk about the news, but also say a big thank you to our wonderful patrons who get special audio versions of these episodes, which are available to them in Patreon for use in whatever podcast app they prefer. However, if they are subscribers to Spotify, they can link their accounts to Patreon and then listen to it there instead. If you would like to support this fledgling publication directly, you can do so by heading to patreon.com/Xbox Era. Before we get into the news, there's been some stuff. There's been some things. We're always working. We're always shirking.
You want breaking news? Metroid Prime 4, around a 90 on OpenCritic. What a shock.
I'm so shocked at all the Nintendo fans loving Metroid. I haven't played it.
90 is the number of people that will buy it. I'm kidding. Maybe this will be the Metroid game that actually breaks out.
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah,
We've got some bits and pieces coming to the site later today, right? What you want to tease anything?
There's a game coming out today from Blumhouse called Sleep Awake that I did a review for. It is out today, so at some point around then, maybe you'll see a review from me. A game I did not review, but I did put 3 hours into, and I very badly say that I could not stand to play anymore, though it's reviewing very well from others, was Routine, which is coming to Game Pass in a couple days. I think it's on the 4th. Yep. Routine impressions, we'll put this, because I only played the 3 hours. It's supposed to be 8 to 10, which probably means about 6 for me. Incredibly cool atmosphere, looks great, feels good to play, is very interesting, but I don't like trying to solve really obtuse, hard to figure out puzzles while constantly being chased and having to hide. So there's no combat. You have the cat. It's a little tool, CAT, that lets you manipulate the environment in a few kind of subtle ways. The game never really just has a UI that tells you what to do. You have to pay attention to the environment and figure it all out on your own. It's probably the type of game you could beat in an hour if you know exactly where to go, maybe half an hour. Because the hard part is figuring out what to do and how to do it. But that is made a lot harder in multiple sections where these security robots will activate at random and chase you. And if they grab you twice in a row, you die. So you've got to run and you got to hide behind stuff or under stuff. And wait.
I hate hiding from things in games.
And sometimes I would have to do that 3 times in a row, and I couldn't go and actually work on a puzzle because every time I tried to get to the puzzle, a robot near it would activate and chase me. And I wasn't in the best headspace to begin with, and having all that. So it's a very manual game. You have to look at your gun. You have to press the different things on it to change the modes and all this stuff.
That's cool, though.
It is a really cool, unique game that is reviewing very well from more patient people than me. But also sometimes it just didn't work. But I think I missed. I think I was too high when I shot that. But also those batteries, find them littered around. I don't know what happens if you use up all the charges. Does it just manually make another battery? I don't know. But it's a cool game in concept that I did not love in practice because of that robot you could see right there who was just standing there. The sound design on them is terrifying. You see me running here now because I bet you I'm being chased by that robot soon enough. It's really cool. I would have absolutely loved it if the robots were used less. I didn't like it. So there was this area with the robots, and then I got to another area with no robots, and it was awesome. And I just went, it was still full of dread and weird noise and shit, but like you see me running here and then moving around and shit, and eventually there's just going to be a robot that comes and beats the crap out of me, and then I gotta hide for a minute. Like it happened every time, over and over again. I think I have a clip where I know for sure Getting Killed is the name of this clip. So like it's probably right after this. There's the robot, and I'm just like, fine, what's going to happen? This is the first time it kills me. So pick me up, through me, I just walk back to it again. It gets all creepy, and it looks at me, and then knocks my head off.
That's a scary looking robot.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And the sound design's amazing. I just couldn't. The gameplay ended up not being for me. But it's a really cool thing, especially the fact that it took so long. It was like 13 years in development.
Yeah, I've got they sent me a code for it, and I'm like, I could install it and give it a go, but then I know that horror games aren't really my jam, so maybe I won't.
Well, it's not that it's a horror game so much as like it's a chase you game.
Yeah, that's the real fear for me.
Yeah, but it's also like, it's not I'm being chased and it's scary. It's I'm being chased and I have to figure out how to do this really obtuse puzzle while I'm constantly having to just go and waste time. I didn't like the time wasting. Like, it wasn't like a chase sequence. It was a chase level. So whenever you're in that level, VGC with a 3 out of 5 has knocked Metroid Prime down to an 84. There's only 16 reviews up so far. But every single time, not too high. I'm the most boring person, and you know that, Trav. I barely even drink. I was too high strung for that annoying of an experience, I think. You have to be in the mindset to want to play one of these where it's like, this game hates you and hates your time. And that's the point for a lot of people who play them. It's like, yeah, no, this is hard as shit. And, Mike Rose and Rami Ismail have started a new podcast today. We just got an email in case you want to hear them talk. Mike and Rami.com.
They're still here.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. But yeah, that is me with Routine. It's really cool in a lot of ways, and I wish I could have kept going through it. I wouldn't have given it a bad score. I think it was still really fun and good and well made, but I couldn't get through it, so I couldn't give it a proper review. I was not in the mood to play that type of game. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah. We've been there. Don't worry. Don't beat yourself up. Elsewhere, you can expect some other things. You can expect another episode of Patreon Peeps tomorrow, episode 2 of Dispatch playthrough with myself and Kat this time. And if you missed it, we dropped one on Monday where I had a look at PlayStack's new Balatro of 2026 is what they're gunning for, I guess. Yeah. It is Racoin, a dopamine coin pusher arcade game with roguelike features. Every game's roguelike.
Because it gives you a lot of replayability without having to spend a ton of money on bespoke artwork. And also, Navy Shadow saying the IGN's fine overall, but in their December video, they don't mention Routine despite the fact that they had exclusive previews of it all last month. I added the last part. That's like, they had it at their own show at the ID at Xbox thing, and they had their own exclusive previews set up by their previews editor, I think is what his title is, our old friend Ryan McCaffrey, and yet they didn't have it in their December video.
Yeah, it's
sad.
It's one of those things. Abdul1143 in the chat, on what platforms is Dispatch? PC and PS5? I think it will come to Xbox eventually.
Yeah, they they had an incredibly hard time getting it out and getting it done and getting it funded, which, as we all know, funding is like the hardest thing to get in video games right now. So I definitely think it's one of those they want to. It's just, it was a money thing. And now it's done very well.
Yeah. It is a Telltale style invincible animated cartoon where you make choices and narrative decisions, along with a little bit of mini games chucked in as well.
Metroid Prime 4 at a 79 with 38 reviews on Metacritic. I am shocked.
The thing is, that number means nothing to me. I would find a reviewer that I like and then read their opinion.
I'm just very surprised.
Aggregates.
The Nintendoros and PC Mag gave it a 100. But that's it. I'm surprised. Only two 100s. That's normally the thing. People always look at the aggregate sites and they're like, well, Xbox can never get up there, or EA or Ubisoft can never get in the high 80s anymore. It's like, because they don't get enough. They don't get tens and hundreds. They just don't. Yeah. Not to the same degree that other publishers do. Like From Software puts out a game, it's going to have a ton of tens. It doesn't matter even if it's Armored Core now, which never reviewed that great. It's still going to just have a ton of tens by default because there's people who just absolutely love what they do. So,
yeah. Anyways, Abdul1143, if it makes you any consolation, I don't think Dispatch is not on Xbox because of any particular platform agreement or funding, to my knowledge. Like, I don't think it's on PlayStation because PlayStation helped pay for it, and ergo there's a year-long exclusivity period. I think it is just a case of they had their target platforms and that was it, but it's sold a bunch and done really well, so fingers crossed they can just slap an Xbox port together and get on that, like, might be sooner than you think, but it's good, so, worth checking out. We'll also have some other reviews dropping, I think a couple tomorrow as well. So there's plenty of stuff to look forward to on Xbox.
There's another video coming at noon today.
Yeah.
For those interested. 2 hours.
Whew. Anyway, let's dive into the news of the week. And first up, our headline story here. Justin Lin has been cleared to direct a Helldivers movie, according to a new report from The Hollywood Reporter. His production company and himself will be backing the project, which is obviously coming from PlayStation Productions and Sony Pictures. I'm a little confused as to how it's going to be, but now that Justin Lin's attached to it, and if you don't know who he is, he's responsible, one, for making the Fast and Furious franchise into this box office behemoth, but he's also responsible for horror films like Annabelle, which is a spin-off of The Conjuring. And if they went a more horror route for Helldivers, I wouldn't be against seeing that. The big thing for me is that Helldivers in and of itself as an IP is such a play on Starship Troopers.
It's a play on the movie
tone
of Starship Troopers. So it
not
would be,
the book.
It would be very funny if, unlike the movie, which went full satire, Helldivers goes full the other way. And instead of being the satirical game that's aping the movie, it ends up becoming a more serious thing like the book. That'd be funny. I don't think they'll do that, but it would be funny.
We'll have to wait and see. Justin Lin did Star Trek Beyond as well. So
unfortunately, he did Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, but everyone's got to start somewhere.
I know. He came back for the 4th, 5th, and 6th movies as well. He also worked on, I think he worked on the first season of True Detective.
Wow.
The good one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of horror in his filmography as well as big blockbusters. So could be good. We'll have to wait and see what that's going to be like, but we'll find out, I suppose. But yeah, are you excited to see a Helldivers movie? Is this something that you would go out to the cinema and watch?
Not even a little.
Well, if it looks really, really good.
I can't afford going to the movies very often, so it has to be something amazing. Like, I really want to see Wake Up Dead Man, but I'll wait for Netflix, even though I would like to see it at the movies.
I know it's going to make you mad, but I am quite happily dropping some money on a IMAX high frame rate 3D ticket.
Oh, that is
Avatar Fire and Ash later on this month.
That is a visual spectacle that is worthy of only seeing in the movies. It is pointless to watch at home because it's going to be a terrible movie, but it looks and sounds amazing. That's why you go see it in 3D at the theater. That I get 100%.
I am looking forward to it. And I can't even really remember. Like, Avatar 2, Way of the Water.
He's got a big family. And he's probably going to die in this one.
It was just like a TV show in extremely stretched out 4-hour-long form with a big battle at the end. It was fine, but
if you want to know exactly how all the movies go, just go to the attraction at Disney in Orlando, and it's set after the movies are.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's
it's weird.
So there you go. Helldivers coming to a movie theater near you.
It'll be a tightrope to walk to be that satirical funniness. Well, especially in this day and age where a lot of people still refuse to believe that Starship Troopers, a movie, was satirical. They just think it was cool.
I mean, it was cool, but it was satirical. Like,
extremely
100%.
So.
People. Anyway, it's December. Microsoft have just shared their final Game Pass drop for 2025, so there isn't anything more coming to Game Pass.
Unless
there's not a big drop.
Yeah, unless they had something for the Game Awards or something like that. It would be a drop, though.
Yeah. But yes, coming to Game Pass in December, outside of what already dropped yesterday, which was Nick's favorite thing, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which he put together a 12-minute review for this side-scrolling beat-em-up. If you want to go listen to Nick's dulcet tones.
He thought it was going to be 20 minutes.
On YouTube.
I'm like, you got to write a lot for 20. Like, when I had 30 minutes, it was 5,000 words for 30 minutes.
You have to write a lot. But the review's out. He gave it an 8 out of 10. Really, really liked Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Nailed the open
and, of
critic.
course, we've got Routine dropping, I think, very soon.
2 days.
We've got Mortal Kombat 1 joining the service, Domekeeper and Death Howl on December the 9th.
Yeah, we'll have Domekeeper either covered by you or probably me if I get a code.
One of us will review
I
that
put in
game.
for Death Howl as well. I've also put in for Terminator 2D No Fate, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
And then that's kind of
the
it.
fact that they're only pushing that through Keymailer, and I bet you Keymailer won't send the keys until the day of release.
Yeah.
I bet you any money.
Then it's a race and I can win.
Yeah. Digging a Hole, I think, is coming as well. A
Pure friend
slop style game where you're digging a hole in the back garden. The game I'm really looking forward to the most out of this drop, Bratz. Bratz, the game, is coming to Ultimate and Premium. We've got Indiana Jones and the Great Circle dropping onto the premium subscription tier.
Everything else is premium, I'm pretty sure.
Along with 33 Immortals, Monster Train 2, Spray Paint Simulator, Stellaris, Medieval Dynasty, and I can't remember what the other one was. World War Z. So that's fine. So that's dropping to Essential, those last two, actually. My bad. Reasonably okay drop, considering it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
Death Howl looks rather interesting.
It is a rogue
card battling Souls-like.
Yep, it looks really cool.
Looks really cool.
Published by 11-Bit, who have been publishing a lot of really cool shit, including the Alters and Frostpunk 2 and others. Some people are like, weak. And I'm like, they just put it was 20 things last month. Like, they generally, huge drops, pull back a little bit the next month. Like, they don't even push. There's about 600 games in the service now on Ultimate. Especially it jumped 50 thanks to the Ubisoft drop a couple months ago. So, and they still say 100 plus because they know people get overwhelmed when there's too much perceived choice. I imagine most people who actually actively use the service are generally just focusing on if the one or two things are good, and that's all they're going to play in that month anyways. So it's always this weird thing where people go back and forth on list warring because they can't console first party list war as much anymore because everything ends up going everywhere from Microsoft and more goes to PC from PlayStation. So people had to shift their battles, and now it becomes how good was Game Pass versus itself. Yeah, Metroid's Open Critic keeps going down.
Leaving Game Pass on December the
15th and 31st.
Yeah, December 15th, Mortal Kombat 11, Still Wakes the Deep, and Wild Frost. And then December 31st, we have Carry On and Hell Let Loose. It's weird that they've only listed those games as leaving because according to my own Game Pass app, and indeed the actual article I wrote 4 hours ago, there are 6 games set to leave on December the 16th, and according to the Xbox app, they are Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition, Wild Frost, Paw Patrol World, Cataclysmo, Still Wakes the Deep, and Mortal Kombat 11, which makes sense because Mortal Kombat 1 is coming in.
Mm-hmm. They have started to...
Okay, Microsoft, I don't know.
They've started to tag their handheld checked games now. So it says handheld, that means it should run well in your handheld devices. But you're going to have to find Megan. Megan is rad, and you're going to have to very politely say, hey, Megan, nice. Why the discrepancy? And she won't answer, because I bet you can't.
Yeah, Megan. Yeah, probably. Anyways, I'm just having a quick look through the chat. Big hello to everybody that's tuned in to watch this morning. I hope it's a nice day wherever you are. Sotonist in the chat, who has been playing through my favourite game of this month and last month, Sectori, saying that they've still not quite completed that campaign. Is that the experience difficulty, Sotonist? Like the initial campaign run? Because I'm with you, it took me 14 hours before I rolled and got through it in one unbreakable loop of about 35 minutes of gameplay. But I loved it. So everyone should get Sectori because it's awesome. Apparently, I look like a hobo. Is this because I've got a hat?
There's one of those. There's a very similar hat over there that was sent to me by Hoyoverse PR.
Look,
I can put it on. Hold on.
The simple fact is, and look. All right, I need a haircut. My mohawk is all long. I haven't shaved all this bit. It's all just a bit of a mess. So I was wearing a hat. Leave me alone, man. All right, let me be a hobo if I want to be a hobo. It's my little beanie hat thing.
I have a giant head, though.
I'm enjoying it. I do have a giant head, it's true. But it's because of all the brains. You know, you can't get through life not having giant brains like I do. Anyways, next up in news, according to a new report from
What are you doing, StreamYard?
MPFirst.com, a new Dead Rising is in the works. Are you excited by this? This is apparently set in Hollywood and sees the return of Frank West.
No, because it's focused on timers again, and I hate timers in video games.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's like a direct sequel to 1 is the rumor, whereas I like 3 and 4. I did not like 1 and 2 simply because I really don't like timers in video games.
I'm just copying you.
Oh no, I've got the Wolverine. You don't have that, so Berserker Barrage.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm in Florida. It's really not cold here. It's like 82 degrees today. It's going to get cold tomorrow. But right now, we are like the one bastion of heat in this stupid country because why not? It was 40 degrees on Thursday last week on Thanksgiving. But then it went right back up into the 80s. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The emo?
But yeah, if you want to read more about Dead Rising and its possible reincarnation, you can go check out the link over at mpfirst.com. But according to their services, Dead Rising, this new installment has been in development since at least 2023 under the code name REC, and will feature the return of Frank West. And it's set in Hollywood, and that's really about it. It's going to take place in an entirely enclosed movie studio lot, which I imagine gives you lots of opportunity for silly props. The main villain will be an extravagant and deranged film director who forces Frank and other survivors into various trials, all in pursuit of filming his perfect movie. Sounds about right.
Yep.
So that's fun. I mean, it'd be cool to see the franchise come back, but yeah. Now, relevant to what's just been brought up in the chat.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's funny timing.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption is now back with a shiny new Xbox Series X and PS5 native build. And things are getting a bit confusing here because Rockstar said if you had the 360 Xbox One
fix
version,
the confusion. So they had an automated email come out that people started linking saying, you have to have owned the Xbox One version. The 360 is a separate purchase. Issue is there is no Xbox One version. It was an automated AI written email that is wrong. From what it seems like, it is Microsoft has to go in and kind of set your account to own it. So it's taking time. They're having to go through and mark things because plenty of people have the upgrade available for them. And it seems to be going from New Zealand and working its way over depending on time zones and shit. So it should, at some point today, be free for everyone on Xbox if you own the 360 version. That is what the rumors are. And also, thank you to Tiberius Monk for the $5 with the best part of waking up is headlines with J&J. Hello, gents, and the Xbox Air community. Thank you, Tiberius. For anybody wondering, that link at the top of chat is the best way to tip us in the future if you want to. And there's a whole bunch of cool little themed tips listed in the description of the video.
Yeah, because we're fun like that.
Just can't really have them there anymore. They just kind of get in the way. There's so many of them.
Yeah, so there's a lot.
That's not even all of them. I got to fix it.
Are you going to play Red Dead Redemption again? Are you...
I think I will. I was thinking if it actually does slow down, it would be the type of thing I would maybe like to check out for late review when there's not much else to do.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's all of those tips. You can just put them over John. That's fine. I'll just leave that up the rest of the show. In case you're wondering, those are all the custom tips we have. I'll add more over time, but I didn't want to overwhelm people to begin with and seem too desperate. They're in the description.
Why are they over me in such a large fashion? I
just so they could actually be read. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption, from people that have messed around with it on PS5 and Series X, is now essentially the PC version on Ultra. Really good way to play.
Yeah, nice. Indeed. In other news, do you remember the Splinter Cell remake that got announced?
The one that lost its creatively 3 years ago?
Left and they got another game director. Yeah, well, that same creative lead is now back. He has been reappointed. Splinter Cell
left
remake.
3 years ago.
David Griville. Yeah.
We have a big delay now.
In May and he left in like December or something like that. But yeah, a whole week ago on LinkedIn, he actually announced that.
We have a 4-second delay. I'm going to refresh StreamYard real quick. If you watch on the stream, it's such a bad delay that we're going to constantly talk over each other. So I will be right back. Sorry, everyone. I mean, you can still hear me. Hi, everybody. My mic comes through OBS, not StreamYard. And here's StreamYard loaded. And there we go. All right. Because every time I talked, about 5 seconds later, you stopped. And I was like, oh, shit, that's going to be very annoying to watch. So there we go. Should be better.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. David Griville has said 1 week ago that he's very happy to announce that he's rejoining Ubisoft Toronto as game director on the Splinter Cell remake. A very special team and project to me. So...
My head's getting
hot. Who knows? It sounds cool, though. A new Splinter Cell.
It's very hot here, and so having a hat on wasn't good.
The lovely Cheeseworks, I think, is working in the military, so he's a busy boy. You know. Splinter Cell still happening, apparently. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, when they first initially...
News,
we are really delayed, man. Yeah, that was about 3.5 seconds.
Don't know why.
Yeah. Maybe you need to refresh. Might not be on my end. I don't know. The YouTube's been dropping some frames here and there. But when they announced it, it wasn't even started.
When you hear the click, you shout, I hear the click. Are you ready? I'm just going to do it.
I hear the click.
Wow, that is it's a good second and a half.
Yeah, it's not as good as it normally is. Unfortunately, it makes it tough.
Go on, you were saying?
When they announced it, it hadn't started work, so everyone's like, "What's going on?" It's like, "That's why are you hanging off my chair?" He has torn up the arm of this chair so bad trying to get my attention, holding a cat for the listening audience. And no, it's like it's 75 degrees already here, Isaac Hayes. Wearing a hat like that is very hot. But yeah, when they had announced it, they had like just started making the team to make it. So I still, even if it's not close, like it's kind of normal when you're just starting up a project. Like we got The Last of Us 2 in 2020, and we're probably going to get Intergalactic in 2027. Like on the bigger games, like a 7-year full cycle isn't crazy, but people always treat it like it is. But it's also funny because Lords of the Fallen 2 and Lords of the Fallen 2023 are both probably going to be 3-year cycles. And that's why people love working with Polish developers right now.
Efficient. That's what they are. They're efficient. Yeah. Next up in news, we have a new article from GameDeveloper.com talking about Paradox and the underperforming Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Apparently, Paradox Interactive have the $37.4 million in capitalized development costs after that sequel underperformed. The Swedish publisher said the write-down is based on an updated sales forecast made 30 days after the title launched. While they said that they're pleased with the work of Bloodlines 2 developer Sumo Digital, which took charge of the project in 2023 after multiple studios had been relieved of their development duties, but they've confirmed that the title did fall short of expectations. Oof.
They've had a rough go of it.
Sounds rough.
Yeah, like there was that game I did that was on Game Pass that was really in rough shape and broken at launch. The Lamplighters League, and then they had, I think they're also City Skylines 2. They've been having some some major issues with getting games out lately. You're always curious just how much can one publisher take. Man, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is down to a 67 on Metacritic. It had been at 83, and you don't see that very often. But yeah, I hope it's better for them. I hope my internet gets better, because I think that's why the lag keeps getting worse and worse, because the internet around here is pretty weak at the moment. So apologies to anyone watching. But man, it is.
I'll refresh my end while you talk through the other miserable story.
Oh, I'm going to get chopped in half. Go ahead. Whee! I'm the Krishna. Oh, God, don't cancel me. There, we'll go over here. Lamplighters League was like really cool ideas, but just broken beyond all hell. I played 30 hours of Lamplighters League, and yet my save was only 5 hours in, because it deleted my progress so many times. Seeing that, and then the guys at the Chinese room want, and it showed in the end, like, that they knew. A lot of times these developers know what they can or can't do, and it's super rough when they man, especially with how hard it is right now to make anything, to get the money to actually make it, and then when you keep having these big write-offs, I don't know how much they can keep recovering from that. John.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Like my internet, it's not good.
That is in isolation across the video game industry. Yeah, I've refreshed. My internet's perfect. It's definitely all.
No, I've started getting very bad upload on YouTube.
Let's get through it as best we can.
We're gonna do the. So we're gonna shift to the. John says something, and then he says, "What do you think?" And then I'll talk, and that'll keep the crosstalk down.
Yeah. Next up, UK publisher Outright Games have also confirmed layoffs. These are the folks behind recent release of Chicken Run Extraction, which I have bookmarked to do a little Patreon peeps on, because they sent me the game, and I haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet with my kids. But I don't think it did well for the team. Apparently they're making 27 employees redundant, according to this report from GameDeveloper.com. They were also responsible for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed. And after careful consideration and reviewing a number of possible paths forward, they've made the difficult decision to begin a redundancy process that will impact 27 roles at Outright Games across our UK and Spanish teams. As always, these decisions were not taken lightly, and we are fully committed to supporting our colleagues through the transition. Oof. Yeah. Do you think there's still a place in the industry, Jesse, for child-friendly, higher budget releases like this?
I don't know that they were. Meant the Mutants Unleashed was really bad. Like, it was a bad game. This Chicken Run Extraction has seemed to be better, but not great. In the long run, a lot of times it just comes down to, and I'm sure they know this way better than we do, figuring out how to, because whenever you're doing these licensed IP games, you obviously have a higher ceiling because it's a known IP, a known quantity. Some people might just buy it because they know of this IP, but it also means you have to give up money for that IP. So what are their costs? What are they giving up? How are these things actually doing because they're an IP? It's really tough math, and with how bad the math is for everyone right now, it definitely seems like it is not working. So I'm curious what they would do, because making your own thing is a lot harder, but you get to keep a lot more of it. Like, we even see that with Phil Spencer, one of the biggest, owns the most IP-ist guys out there now, is like, it's just way easier if we work with our own stuff. Licensed IPs can be a headache type of thing. And when you're smaller, sometimes you don't get to just say, yeah, we're not going to bother. We're just going to make our own thing. Because we also we see that with other studios and devs, and they try, and then they're shut down forever. So I don't know. And I don't know anyone that knows. And I really hope that things get better for investment, because it's really bad right now.
It's not good. Anyways, next up in news, Fortnite is absolutely massive. The recent 0 hour live event drew in 10.5 million simultaneous players. That's according to a report from IGN. And indeed, like everyone I saw online was talking about it. Players got to take on Godzilla, King Kong, Iron Man, K-pop Demon Hunters. They all united up in a very we're riffing off of Avengers Endgame here style finale.
Well, it was essentially, and my internet seems fixed now, so it's a lot better. It was essentially what Ready Player One was trying to be, even better. Because you're actually in the game and playing the game, and everyone's just there in their stupid ass outfits doing this insane over the top event that, you know, an entire movie publisher has to come together to actually make work. Because this is like one of the dumbest but kind of cool things I've ever seen, with giant Homer Simpson in his underwear and Voltron and others running at this giant creature as thick ass Chun-Li's running around, lagging terribly, trying to jump and shoot. Like, it's a weird, crazy thing. Is that Kong with his fucking power fist from the movie? Of course it is. Like, it's such a weird, over-the-top... And it sets expectations for... like, people probably lost their shit when they saw the K-pop Demon Hunter girls. And it's like, people just lose their minds for this and then start expecting it on everything. And it's like, nobody else can do this, because this is... Probably 10,000 people worked on this type of event.
I saw, like... a bunch of, let's call them game journalists, peers in this industry. Oh, God, it makes me so miserable seeing, it's awful. And I'm like, bro, that's you being a bit jaded. Like, put yourself in the heart
Imagine
and
you
mind
were a kid,
of a 10-year-old.
and you had this shit going on, you would lose your fucking mind.
So there is a bit of like, come on, like, I get it. It's not for us. It's not for us. It's for Nick. Because he is a giant man-child.
I probably would have done this. If I could have been the Xenomorph running around doing this shit, I would be like, this is so stupid that I like it. It's so over-the-top dumb. Now I have the bride from Kill Bill, because Game Pass Ultimate, you get the Battle Pass and everything, and she is just there. You log in, you grab her, you don't have to install it. You can just hop in on the cloud and redeem everything. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's healthy for others, but it is, these type of things are carrying the industry right now. But the free-to-play nuttiness that is an event like this, which is probably more work than most games are, flat out. Like, most AA games probably are, in 6 years, would be less work than man-hours than was put into this event. It sets very unreasonable expectations. But it's also really cool. And what can you do? You can't say, Epic, stop this. It's like, no, they're making a ton of money and employing a lot of people doing this. And now you get the bride from Kill Bill coming in to kill a tentacle as Chun-Li shoots it with twin Uzis. It's just the weirdest shit. It's
great. I mean, it's just super fun video game stuff. Now Season 7 has launched, or Chapter 7 in the Fortnite saga. It's called Pacific Break. There's a new map. There's a new way to get on the island, because the battle bus is broken and you can just get on there by surfing now. That's fun. It is
Superman.
One of the biggest defining games of this era of modern video games. And it can't be denied. So it's really impressive.
There's a Star Destroyer trying to kill this thing, and now this thing's killing the Star Destroyer. What the fuck? Like, and actually, Chun-Li's on a jetpack flying around while Homer's beating the shit out of kaijus. Kaiju Homer is beating the shit out of kaijus, and he looks like Homer. He's not like weird 3D. He's just drawn, but he's in his underwear, and he's throwing donuts. Like, it's so dumb. But it's cool dumb, and I get why people like it. And I see BT Maverick in the chat saying he wishes he could do something with the V-Bucks. If you've got a nephew or a niece or anything, a kid, you can gift them skins with your V-Bucks and stuff.
Yeah, I've got a stepson and my own son that would quite happily accept donated V-Bucks from the Xbox Series community. Yeah. So,
yeah, you can't give the bucks, but you can give the items the bucks would buy.
Yeah. So that's always fun.
Like this is friggin' thing's just choking out Godzilla and Kong, and now there's a giant portal opening that's shooting lightning down to summon what? We can just spend the rest of the show watching this. Now there's a cube.
That is the infamous villain cube. Like, do you not know your Fortnite lore, man?
I know nothing about Fortnite. Okay. My kids have spent hundreds of dollars on it and barely play it anymore. And that is the worst part. Is at least Nick is getting worth out of his money. But like my kids just started playing other things, and now they go back to it because they're like, "Well, I spent so much money in it," and that's how they get you. It's like, yeah, the game's free, but if you've put $500 into it over 5 years, like, then you start feeling like you have to play it. Now Kong's getting shot with the villain cube. He's being made into a villain. Oh, Jesus Christ! He bopped Kong with the villain cube.
Right. Come on,
Jesus Christ.
Come on. We could just stare at
look
this
how
all
long
day.
this is. This is 12 minutes. We're only 8 minutes in. Giving a hype X,
I'm
give you
moving
a
on.
Thumbs up.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
There's
next up.
a bear bot. Like, I don't know. Jesus Christ! What is this thing?
Come on,
I closed it.
Moving on to the story. Okay. Next up in news, Linus from Linus Tech Tips made a video about his predictions of the Steam machine price, because in typical games industry fashion, we looked at a thing and the people that made the thing said, this is a PC. And the industry said collectively, it's a console. And then it's not. It's not a console. It's definitely a PC. And so Linus tried to make the equivalent out of off-the-shelf parts.
All desktop parts.
Yeah. And then with a little bit of like, if we, take this math here and, maybe it's this here and do this. He came up with an expectation that he reckons it's around $700 to retail. Is that going to be true? We don't know, because the economy's fucked, and he threw in a ton of caveats on his own. But for some reason, everyone then covered this as
Traffic's
news.
down.
Traffic is down.
That's why everyone reported on
Quiet
this like
month.
it was news. Like, as much as I like the Insider Gaming guys, we hung out with them and they were really cool. Them reporting on Ninja thinks this about our creators, like, you're looking for news right now. I get it. It's the end of the year. Next week it'll pick up with the Game Awards and whatnot. But like that LTT video was mostly, let's get off-the-shelf parts. Let's see what they originally cost, which was about $600 retail. But right now they're about $900 retail. And also, you don't have to. It was a full desktop. It doesn't fit into this form factor. And miniaturizing parts makes them cost more versus how well they perform. So, I don't think I would say the floor is probably $800, depending on, especially with AMD supposedly set to raise their CPU prices later today. That is a rumor, because everything's going up because everything's getting ordered nonstop by OpenAI, and then so everyone else started ordering everything nonstop to get them as well. Like I've been chasing a company called Red Magic for years to try and check out their gaming-focused phones, and I'm finally going to get one, and I'm happy because it's got a lot of memory, and I bet you that phone goes way up in price and they stop sending them out for review samples at some point, because everything's going up in price because of AI data centers.
Yeah, I saw Samsung have announced a trifold phone. I'm like,
I have reached out to Samsung many times. That would be very fun and stupid. You don't, John.
I like my Fold. It's a really neat phone. Look how neat it is. It's
How
cool.
long are you stuck on paying for it still, though?
I own it outright, mate.
Wow.
It's a really cool phone, but 3 of them, that's effectively a 10-inch monitor. It's a 10-inch tablet.
You'd lose
Am I interested? Yeah.
You'd lose all sympathy from everyone ever if you upgraded from a
No, I just,
foldable to an
I'd
extra
get married
foldable.
and then get divorced again, and then, I'm joking.
You don't own anything for Kat to try and steal.
That's true. I own nothing.
She would marry your dad and then try and get that house.
Don't get weird. Don't make this weird. Come on.
You're
now.
British. Ever watched Hamlet?
What? No.
Even though they were German, right? But your whole royal family is now.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Yeah.
Next up in news, and this one excited me, developers Neon Giant are teasing a big reveal for the Game Awards. If you don't know who Neon Giant are, they developed one of Jesse and I's favorite.
They started
action RPGs.
people harassing me online.
Yeah, because you loved The Ascent. a lot. I think you gave it a 9.
It was a 9.7
really...
until I finally got the Xbox version, and it was broken, and so I lowered it. But people ignore that.
But yes, it's a really good game. And since then, they've been very quiet. They then got bought by Krafton. And
Sadly.
they did reveal to MP First that they were working on something called Project Impact, an open world cyberpunk-esque sim game. Ticking a lot of boxes for you
This
here.
is not it. This is the Ascent, just to let people know. They haven't ever showed the game off before.
Yeah, we've only ever seen screenshots.
And what's crazy is this is the Ascent, even though the gameplay is then this, where you're 3/4 view. But if you actually got the camera down and down low, it was insanely high quality. It was Diablo 4-esque before Diablo 4 even, with the over-the-top graphics.
Impressive.
Like there were people who got into
love the
first-person mode, and it looked amazing outside of the missing textures because, they didn't build all the walls out. The game rules. Absolutely love it. Still kind of broken.
So I'm very, very excited to see what they're cooking. We can expect that on the Game Awards because, they're going to reveal that on December 11th.
Well, it would be funny if they're not at the Game Awards, though. And they just do it like before. But unfortunately,
but I doubt it.
Unfortunately, they are owned by Krafton because everyone loved Krafton after they saved Tango. But now Krafton is, thanks to the Korean government's push, an AI-first company. And so now everyone must hate Krafton and all of their subsidiaries to be cool online. And you have to make sure people know you hate them, but then don't let people know that you still play their games.
That's right.
That's how you win.
I remember reading a thread on Resetera where I can't even remember the game was launched or shown off, and everyone was like, "Oh, this looks really cool." And then someone, "Oh, heads up, guys! They've used generative AI for these things." And immediately everyone was like, "That bad, terrible. Thanks for letting me know. I'm never going to buy it. This is now going on the never buy list." And I'm like,
it was Zoopunk, which also does not use AI in game, but has an AI tool set for user generated content in game, and that is enough that you're not allowed to like it anymore. Also. This Cyber Heist DLC on the Ascent was great, except for the last boss, which my brother and I were never able to kill in co-op. I could kill him easily in solo, but his scaling was completely broken in co-op. I'm curious if they ever fixed it.
No idea.
Like he just had like 12 times the health in co-op for some reason. It made no sense.
Yikes. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what Neon Giant are going to reveal. I am excited. And then lastly, IO Interactive, makers of Hitman, obviously working on 007 First Light, their James Bond stealth action adventure game. And they are sharing a developer diary tomorrow. It's a live stream, gameplay deep dive. We don't know what's fully going to be in it aside from that. But the game director is going to be presumably talking us through how it works and sort of things we'll get up to. And as that game's coming out, pretty soon, March next year, it's close. So looking forward to seeing and getting more hands-on with that one.
Nick messaged me last night. It was like, you think we'll get multiple 007 codes? I'm like, maybe. But the listing, it goes like this in priority. John for review, me because I've got like 1,000 hours in Hitman, and then maybe you. And also they did say that there's going to be more Hitman. They're working on a co-op mode for Hitman World of Assassination, which I think would be an awesome Hangouts. But also,
that would be cool.
Yeah, especially because most people don't realize just save scum. Put the game on normal or easy and save scum through Hitman, and it's incredibly fun. You don't have to worry about messing up. You just have fun. You blast the shit out of people, all that type of stuff, if you want. Or you can put it on hard and then have to focus on stealth. But
it's really fun game.
This looks cool. I hope they pull it off. And I'd also be really excited to see more Hitman. Like a new Hitman they were talking about.
I can't wait to play this.
Not much longer.
Last one I'll mention, just because I really do like this developer and their game quite a bit. Squanch Games have let everyone know yesterday that High on Life 2 pre-orders are now open and available across Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and the Epic Game Store. You can pre-order High on Life 2 now, and if you do so, you'll get a cool bunch of hats for your character to wear. Not your main character.
This real gameplay trailer for John. Pure real gameplay. Funnily enough, if you look at the screenshots of what I played, it's not far off. It's just obviously these are canned animations. It was never going to be this smooth.
Yeah.
And this has extra post-processing and everything, but when we played it in person, fucking gorgeous game.
Yeah, it looks so good. I can't wait to play it. I want to play it a lot. we were big fans of the first game. I also really loved how miserable some of the folks in media were about it. Like, this isn't funny. And I'm like, this is funny. So I'm hoping.
Okay, I played this section. Success. It looked nothing like. It didn't look anywhere near this good. This is pretty faked. It looked very good. It didn't look this good. There's some heavy effects on, but you can pre-install it if you have Game Pass now. It's the stub file is there, and then you can stare at the little box.
Woo! And you can get some hats for your Gatlians to wear, and they say on them, "I pre-ordered Half-Life 2." Half-Life, high on life.
How would they know you pre-ordered Half-Life 2 back in the early 2000s?
I know, right?
An overrated game. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Half-Life 3 though. Half-Life 3? What about Half-Life 3, Jesse?
Can't pre-order it yet. You gotta wait for your Steam machine.
Question though, what is the statue in the desert of the Game Awards?
Lords of the Fallen 2? I don't know. I don't think that Jason Schreier would say it's a cool reveal. So I don't know. Probably something we have not heard of if it's not Diablo or God of War related.
Yeah, because Jez says it was Diablo. And then
Jez says Diablo was going to be there, and so that's why he thought the statue was going to be there. But the statue was for Diablo. But then Schreier said, no, it's not Diablo, but I'm not going to say what it is.
Okay. Interesting. But okay.
Sadly, we have to watch 4 hours of the Game Awards to actually find out.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, yes, I've agreed. I will wake up at... I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I think I might go to bed early on the 11th, wake up at midnight, join you for the live stream, finish it at 4 a.m. my time, go back to bed, because then I've got the weekend off anyway. Mm-hmm. I won't be around.
That'd be me, you, Ursel, and a late appearance by Nick. And I got it set up so people can join as they want.
Cool.
And
could be fun.
Most people are like, it's probably a Sony thing, and that's why Jason doesn't want to spoil it.
Yeah, if it was a Microsoft IP, he'd be like, it's this, everyone.
Almost anything else he would. Allegedly, supposedly.
And yeah, T-Mills, I don't want to watch the Game Awards, but...
There's a lot of news to write during it.
There's a lot of news to write, and it would be great to get it out timely and not wake up and have to do it all on a day where I'm meant to be off, so I can do it while I'm watching, because thankfully it's not going to be game reveal. It'll be game reveal. Here's a song for 10 minutes. Here's Kojima. Here's Kojima again. Here's another game reveal. So they should be a little bit more sporadic to the point where I can cover them between people talking. But yeah, like I've long said, I will never go to a live Jeff Keighley show unless I'm in it. So if you see me suddenly in the audience one day, know that I'm about to do something awesome because I'm in the show, all right? That's the only reason I'll ever be there. There's your clue for any future appearances of me in any Jeff Keighley production. And it's nothing against Jeff. I like to sit and vape, and being stuck in a room for 3 hours watching adverts is not my jam. I like cool
Jeff
game
would be
video
helping
game
your
trailers.
health. No more popcorn lung for you.
Oh my God, popcorn lung is such an early fucking noughties thing. It's not even a thing anymore. Let it go. Let it go, internet.
Sure thing. I can hear your chest popping right now.
I'm going to go. Right, that's it. This is Headlines. We hope you enjoyed this brief 1 hour rundown of the latest in video game news. We will be back on Thursday with maybe some news. We don't know what the industry is going to do between now and Thursday. Hopefully we'll have something we can talk about. But failing that, the crew will obviously be back on Saturday for the Xbox Era podcast, myself included. So until then, dear friends, be good to each other, play loads of video games, and support your favourite independent publications because, you know, they deserve to exist.
Oh, my camera's been crooked the entire show. I didn't even realize. That's better.
Cool. That's why the show is ruined.
Show an Oreo
We'll catch you later, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye.
To overflow, my cries are inconspicuous. paying for my past mistakes. This is my redemption song. I need you more than ever right now. Can you hear me now? 'Cause we're gonna shout it loud, even if our words seem meaningless. It's like I'm carrying the weight of the world. I wish that some way, somehow, that I could save every one of us. But the truth is that I'm only one girl. Maybe if I keep believing, my dreams will come to life. Come to life. After all the laughter fades, signs of life are washed away. I can still feel the gentle breeze. No matter how hard I pray, signs of one still remain, and life has become my enemy. Tell me, God, are you punishing me? Is this the price I'm paying for my past mistakes? This is my redemption song. I need you more than ever right now. Can you hear me now? 'Cause we're gonna shout it loud, even if our words seem meaningless. It's like I'm carrying the weight of the world. I wish that some way, somehow, that I could save every one of us. But the truth is that I'm only one girl. Maybe if I keep believing, my dreams will come to life. Come to life.